Hiko Kuzuryu said. I'm gonna say it for you.
Yo.
And then Akane Owari said, you heard the announcement and came here too? And then Hajime said, you guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Kazuichi said, hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope Speak Academy or something?
That is.
Then Sonia said, that cannot be possible. Then Fuyuhiko said,
yeah.
You're right. Anyway, you look at it, it's impossible. You're right. Anyway, you look at it, it's impossible. Can you see what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope Speak Academy? Hey, where are we? Where do you lock us up this time? But what? A shock. I just told you guys this is Hope Speak Academy.
Of course not.
There's no way in heck that's true.
No.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope Speak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope Speak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies.
You were serious about that? I don't believe it. But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope Speak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Foreshadowing? Someone? Please bring back somebody. Enough with this crap. Just spit it out already. Where do you take us, you weirdo? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin, and it means I made this Hope Speak Academy between the door to the ruin and inside of the ruin. What do you mean between?
Hey.
What do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment. You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way.
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. Then what is a graduation exam?
Hey.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate,
Are you sure
but on the
about
other hand,
this?
I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make the decision. The question is that true or is it not?
Got it.
You got it? Oh, okay. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision, whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey.
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for the research throughout Hope Speak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during the your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside worlds? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey.
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope Speak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope Speak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope Speak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building is really Hope Speak Academy? Ouch. This is the Hope Speak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Darn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope Speak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become a hero. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possessed amazing talents and a strong will. Thank you. Thank you. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope Speak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Yeah. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means? Akane is Leon? Oh my goodness. That would make total sense.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. It would. I see all the connections already. You thought Nagito was Makoto in disguise? Yeah, dang it. Wait, what if he is? What if he's not really dead? What if it was fake? I don't know. Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? Same voice actor, but not same actual character? Dang it! If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed a bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma? However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that. Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? Alright, I'm gonna do it!
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope Speak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this darn island, right? Oh my goodness, you have shades on us?
Yeah.
If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Heck yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happening to Hope Speak Academy, none of that matters.
Rose.
What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. Oh, you froze.
Yeah, I froze.
We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now, but Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey!
Unless you know the outside world's chaos. So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all of our questions inside this dark building. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead for now. Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're
Akane already
pathetic.
took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium. If I had to guess at the beginning, I would have never guessed this would have been our finalists. If this is our finalist, that is. If nobody else dies.
Excuse me.
I would have never thought or wished that Kazuichi would be with us, but you know, I shall do my best to obtain a world
I thought
full.
you meant because Nagito died and you're just like, I never would have wished for Kazuya.
Also, I thought Ibuki and Nagito were gonna make it to the end since they're so popular.
Yeah.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow and then left
Oh,
the
my.
gymnasium. Miss Sonia!
Sonia!
Miss Sonia! Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more, and it's going to end. And I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do in advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Yeah, where should we investigate? I don't even know where to start, like, what? Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. This is Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? We're on a total different floor, like the last floor up, isn't it? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Even my thing's a little bit slower, but... what is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope Speak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Pooh, let's start with this history first class or whatever. Pickles? Pickles are good. Oh, now I want pickles. You shouldn't have eaten that expired croissant. What the heck?
What?
Yeah, you probably should. Read manga in the third best way to learn about third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Speak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Speak Academy. Hope Speak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the best talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Speak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Speak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Speak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope Speak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Week Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Week Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Week Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope, but just when they thought everything was going well, an unpredicted incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy. Hope's Week Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Wow, what a great ending. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its turn. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy, these names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidences really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga, the reserve department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve course students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again. That thing that's weird is you, of course, huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself, huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. Darn it, what the heck? That's a huge microphone. Yeah, it's better than her head. It's bigger than her head, maybe.
It has a huge microphone just sing that. Wah, 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 wah,
Oh
wah,
my
wah,
goodness,
wah,
you're
wah.
doing that. Wait. Yeah, we can make it. Sing it, sing it.
I forgot I made this.
You just noticed you type better. This is another manga. It's laying on top of a desk. This one is Manga for Morons, A Tragedy of Hope's Week Academy. Huh. Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Week Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Oh, snap.
That is better than her head.
Yeah, that's what. I took manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. To see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy, the story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy occurred at Hope's Week Academy. The key player is that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Week Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. Oh. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible accident. 13 students of Hope's Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Uzuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, an uprising again. And that heralded Hope's Academy's destruction. This is the entirety and the tragedy of Hope's Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in the human history of only 13 people being killed? That's the most tragic event in human history? I can think of bigger ones. I'm always so confused by that. I'm like... Works cited Danganronpa/0. What? With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Academy. What irony for a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Darn it. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously makes me angry, but ultimate hope... Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd give me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve, not deserve. Here, it said that the Reserve Corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is far worse incident, right? So you should hydrate too. Crazy Noob says.
I'm gonna go hydrate. I'll
Okay.
be back.
Asa's gonna go hydrate. What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. I know, right? Was it Mondo? Freaking Mondo. What other room do I have to travel to? I thought it wasn't unlocked before. Oh. We're in the body coolers. What the heck is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Oh. Ew. There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history we're gonna learn about now. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga in hopes that I was right. Oh my. Oh my. What a cover. Picture. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most tragic, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Yeah, oh dear is right. The cover is unnerving. It is. I don't
have hydrated.
Oh, she's hydrated now.
Yeah.
And you're back to see this lovely picture.
I'm super pain. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, that beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. Oh. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. And the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. But then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. Yeah. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the error of regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats, I don't know how to say that, began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization. Hello, Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you, Fuyuhiko, in the chat. Wow. Devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like the manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough! What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know how much horrible events that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair, that's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your school memories, the incidents that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. That this incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you all the clues here are real? Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives to the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said in the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted. You know, on one hand, I'm really happy you're finally going to graduate, but on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make the decision whether you want to leave Jedwalk Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope, just like now. Perhaps no. That's definitely it. Wow, wow, wow! Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hopeseek Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hopeseek Academy? Plus, this organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings that we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Making my way downtown. Phew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So, where should I go next? Don't ask me. My head moves so slow. Was this opened? Or was A not opened? I thought it was A that was opened. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. I'm going to talk to Phoebe. Good thing Makoto had like 10 layers of clothing when he entered there. Good thing! When I went inside this room, that weirdo bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. So Monokuma just appeared in this room alone with Fuyuhiko and just keeps like glancing at him. That's not weird at all. It's gonna be crappy either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. That sounds like the scariest thing ever. Yeah. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. Teehee. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your blabbling. Hurry up. What do you need from me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about the ultimate despair. Huh? Ahem. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. High school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima? As the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and then she died and created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some messed up organization created by a high school girl. You think he means Leon? Oh, sorry. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Echelons? I don't know. Her connections were the main reason that that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
Then what was their purpose? What? Well, like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose. It was for Junko Inoshima's despair, huh? For Junko Inoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the heck? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or everyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Anyone else's. Like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children. They decided all despair, so they dictated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they called their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. That there's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Week Academy? For final days, Junko has power to change everybody's values. People's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed what they needed to do. And so, the 2357, I felt like I was reading Leon's name again. The 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed. Whoa!
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. Huh? Is that me?
Damn it!
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? He knows about her. Oh, I got an achievement saying halfway there. Junko Enoshima is dead. What does that mean? What does Fuyuhiko know about that? Halfway, yeah, the heck. Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? He knows about her, as they just talked about her. But did Monokuma say that she's dead? He didn't say she's dead. Junko Enoshima is already dead?
Huh?
What? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Week Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey!
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means that Junko Enoshima is dead.
Like...
It turns out that Killing School Life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of foremost students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcasted worldwide. There's a limit to being cruel. Stupid head. Yeah, he did. Oh. Oops. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing.
So,
The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as a symbol of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. If Monokuma said that Junko was alive, how come Hajime was like, wait, how does Fuyuhiko know she's... I mean dead, not alive. Whoops, I said the opposite. They were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students that she placed in her lap, and after being overcome by just the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the ultimate despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved and resemble that's killing school life. Yeah, stupid head. Well, I don't know who the heck is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit.
If the students for Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is a really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Bullet! Bullet! Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw
What
it.
are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that?
Ooh, how
One step at a time, you're getting closer to
exciting.
clearing my character route. You're not making sense
Well
again.
now.
Well then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Music. Music, music, music. What the heck? This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Yeah, what the? Is it a tombstone? Looks like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Hajime, there's a green screen to the right of the page. He doesn't notice that. What is this? Words are floating in the air. It's like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Nishima rallying them. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hopeseek Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will still continue investigating this matter. Also regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hopeseek Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who is part of the Future Foundation, there are definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking about from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Okay. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They are founded by the graduates of Hopeseek Academy, and they took us in to protect us. And if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No. As long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he is the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found about that ancient ruin, there's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Okay. Teacher's Lounge. Oh. This feels different from a classroom. It's because it's the teacher's lounge. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
No.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy going to be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Yeah. There are letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko and Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of the shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. There's a girl in that photo. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects. It's written on the blackboard in larger letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. Yeah, it's names that you've definitely seen before. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hyoko Sayonji is written here. What is this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hyoko Sayonji. This can't mean this same Hyoko, right? I mean, the Hyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. That was pretty much her defining feature. I know she looks old. But this photo in this newspaper, in a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? It's her older sister, her mother? You forgot about Hiyoko? Oh. This lady looks pretty mature. She's Hyoko's older sister or something? Is she, I mean? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name? That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. Or Hiyoko wasn't Hiyoko at all. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man.
Well, what if Hiyoko was jealous of her older sister or whatever, and she pretended to be her? Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji's family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not.
Well, what are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. I mean, yeah, figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. The theory got debunked real quickly. Boo-hoo.
Today, I'm feeling
Well, regardless,
right.
all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
Well, what the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in the newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey!
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did the experiment change Hyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it? God, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. That's weird. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before with a name etched into it. Postcard says Hobusuki Academy funder Izuru Kamukura. The founder of Hobusuki Academy, and this name is that again. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Darn it, another mystery. I feel the same, Hajime. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage. He doesn't look like the manga guy at all. I know. Maybe he was older. He's older. Darn it, not again. The hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway from the last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Whoa, this is funky! Leon isn't happy with him. Dang it. Dang it. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. Let's ignore everything floating. It's hard to think in a room that actually exists inside a school. It's a file with Hobusuki Academy's seal on it. It says confidential, which that means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file about the Hope cultivation plan. Wow. For many years, Hope Speak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs, in all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope Seek Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? You're gonna go to sleep? Alright, have a good night. Sleep well. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. This hologram again. Bye. Good night. Bye-bye. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about significant? I don't think it said that. Details. It is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that there are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation once they are discovered. We shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of the future filled with hope. 2. It says they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means that we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible for the Future Foundation to set up at all. I keep reading things wrong. My Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway? That's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
No!
Well, who cares about that anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything, so that's to what's happening right now. No, it's okay. What? What in the Doki Doki world? Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so, what is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. And I have to move in it? Oh boy. Nothing wrong? Yeah, I'm just going crazy, I guess. Let's go to the library. Yeah. Oh, things look great in here. Kind of. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. Hajime just hasn't slept in days. Okay, that makes sense then. This hologram again. This is a banger though. Like, it must be another one of the Future Foundation emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Naegi! Oh! Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What are you doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the life of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our deals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with the recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. And everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation?
Yeah, old Banger's back.
Yeah.
Those are all from the first game.
Yeah, boom. So bad at this pet stuff
yes,
now.
The whoopee whoopee.
Oh my. I am sorry. I am sorry. Oh, here. Oh boy. Oh boy. I see it. I see it. Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it. But I was in a school now, and I'm suddenly in a laundry room. It's Junko. I can't look at Junko. This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World Program, top secret. Neo World Program? This world, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Oh my goodness. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo Worlds program is built with the most current psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo Worlds program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo Worlds program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Yes, the boy was there. Additionally, the Neo Worlds program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world, though the use of the virtual world, However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Ah! I screamed loudly, as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. There's no way. This is something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character out. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up. Including me too? What? Are we gonna break the fourth wall or what, buddy? Oh
Hiya.
boy. Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the Killing School trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From the point on, I promise you it will naturally deserves to be called a game. Boo-hoo, you gays are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is now night. And not why watching you do what you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. Oh, brother. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down the hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see any resemblance, but what the heck? How am I supposed to tell? I can't go in the nurse's room. Oh, this is... I'm just gonna wait for when, like... Okay, holy cow. Oh boy. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? The moment I look at that object... What? What? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the Near World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No. Is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It's Alter Ego. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial Intelligence Program? I am the master program behind the Near World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can actually expert such influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing, and because of that, this world that I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Darn it. It's with that feeling from earlier again. This floating like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is this? What is the Neo program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. This is why the previous Jabberwock Island's cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer could be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. If it appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm here, appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect my data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words, I understand what they meant, but I can't understand what is being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as truth. It would much take more sense. It would make, oh my goodness, I can't read right now. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. What is going on? Are they breaking the fourth wall? This missing sense of reality, all the mysteries, all the truths, they're just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here, the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, we upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Putting the program on the servers of Host Week Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us, but they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I couldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words making my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer in the teacher role has been given to the authority to influence you all. But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace, but just like the outside world, it became a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind the true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock and the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means that this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Darn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. That's so freaking irritating. But how does that virus infect the Neo World program? a more important question is, when can we stop talking about this? I feel like I've been reading this for ages. The Near World program exists in isolation. It's impossible, and it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly upgraded it into the main computer where the Near World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is the person who was a member of the Future Foundation. Darn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Finally. Dunzo. I better get 1 billion bullets for that. Okay, we did it. But it's the truth that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure. And, okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist, but between life and death, the death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the pair change the results being cut off rapidly and cause a situation where your own existence is unobservable, and what is going on accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world in the situation from the context that invites your death. When is the death gonna end? What the heck? What just happened? You're right here, aren't you? Someone is right here, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from his side. I'm currently talking to the worlds through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because the virus has interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Near World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference, but Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right here, I hope. It looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe that you're here, they're listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Near World program. But that's entirely it's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. Yeah, banger, but it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about it whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would the virus save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam, right? You know, 11037. 11037, that's the number we found at the Nuzumi Castle. The door to the ancient room was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. Leon all along, man! Oh my goodness. I never thought Nikito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Oh, Sayaka. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future, but that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there, because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the force shutdown sequence. Force shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means, even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the force shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. In order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Oh, crap. Oh, my. Oh, my, guys. It's going down. Death, 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 death.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing really. I see.
Anyway.
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that's no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? Is everything a lie? Then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipping over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Okay, we got a few more. That was the longest freaking thing I ever read in my entire life. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. Oh! Mystic says, no, you aren't done.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Yes.
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy.
Okay.
See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. Red door. Right here. Red door. He means this red door, right? Do I just have to go in there? If I do that, will this be finished? What in the world? I can't look left or right or anything. I can only look up and down, and I'm going forward. Okay. We went into the light. That was a pretty color. Oh. Huh? This place.
Yo.
This looks like everyone's
Damn
here.
right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place. However, this place is... Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way more different than the one before. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door of the ancient ruins leads to. Huh, it seems pretty strange that we've been in another building up until now. It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very... So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before. This trial field actually inspired the one from before. It's in a way, this place is the original.
Hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right? Of course, if that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Indeed.
There are two options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, you'll be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up until now will have their votes treated as absences. Then the result is based on our majority vote. Then, if graduation is chosen by a majority vote, from there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. Even if we do the stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty darn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. Can we press it now, right?
No.
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? You will be swept away by society's harsh climate.
Shut up!
Who the heck cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your whatever that is, are you... What? To participate in the graduation program, you need to my final say as your teacher, you know? What? But does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote? After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not. So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it.
No.
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way!
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because it's how it has to be. It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He, too, has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego is talking about? Anyway, if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is... You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then. Who's the main cast? Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys. There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones who are involved, you know?
So annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of clumps in a big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
Piss me off.
Hold on. What's with that clump comment?
Ignore that.
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure to turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then. Before you die, sear my power into your memories. Okay. Oh. Oh. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Bye. Oh. Okay. Bye, guys.
Wait, no.
Bye.
Wait, no.
Why
I
no?
am the real Zeta.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I am the real